Hey, welcome to my kitchen. I figured this was an appropriate place for today's message because we're talking about one of my favorite subjects again. It's food and hunger. And I don't like being hungry, but boy, do I love food. I wanted to show you this. Look at this loaf of sourdough bread that I made. I think it was yesterday morning. And look how it's half gone already. This is rosemary garlic sourdough that I made myself. And I put it out on the table yesterday, and man, we just started eating it and went nuts, and now it's half gone. Just that quick. And that's why I want to show it to you today, is because hunger. Isn't it so easy when you find something you like a loaf of fresh bread or something like that, just to dig in and just start devouring it. And a lot of times, man, that's where we go for comfort in our lives, is what we hunger for, be it food or something else. And that's where we're at here in Luke, right here in chapter 4, picking up where Jason left off, right here in verse 2, 3, and 4, we'll call it. His message about the wilderness was spot on, and like he said, I enjoy going in the wilderness for some of the reasons he talked about, because when you're in the wilderness, you're lost, and all you can do is look to God sometimes. And hunger is kind of the same way. Really, fasting and disciplines like that helps us appreciate the way that God fills us, the way that food does, because nothing else really is as powerful as that hunger in your stomach, is it? When your stomach starts grumbling, you just want to find something to fill it up, and often we fill it with junk. And I think that is a great metaphor, mirror of what goes on in our soul sometimes. We just don't hunger for God enough, and we fill ourselves with junk, like just devouring this bread, like I said, just anything to fill that void. But the thing that's healthiest for us is obviously God. And Jesus, in this account here in these verses, pretty much tells Satan that. I mean, he goes right for the jugular when he talks about this hunger issue, because he knows it is such a strong impulse with humans. And Jesus, when he was human, it was no different. When he was here on this earth, he struggled with the things we do. And we constantly have to be reminded that more than hungering just for food, we need to hunger. Our souls need to hunger for that relationship with God. I've actually got, our family does, on our table, our kitchen table, our napkin dispenser actually has this verse in here, verse 4, that says, "No, the scriptures say people do not live on bread alone." And that is so important, just to look past the worldly things that we hunger for and take that time to hunger for God, and he'll fill us like nothing else. I mean, something that's always really fascinated me is hunger, because you can be so incredibly hungry for so long, but then if you get the right thing to eat, literally within minutes, you're stuffed full. Now think about that in the context of God and Scripture. I mean, when we read Scripture, it reminds us that we need God in our lives and builds that relationship with Him. And just like food, we can get the right nourishment that'll fill us up full right away. So I just want to encourage you this week to maybe spend a little time fasting and remember what it's like to be really hungry, and realize that your soul is hungry for God right now, and maybe build on that hunger to spend a little time in the Word, spend a little time in prayer, just connecting with Him. We'll catch you next week on Wednesday Wisdom.